You are now live, it says. So I must be live. This is Stephen in wonderful Wiltshire in England, and we're going live today on Facebook. Hello, Facebook, and on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. If you want to join us on Amazon Live, you'll find a link at the top of the post. And today we're obviously going to be talking about lights, camera, action. And I'm just going to press the button to go live on Amazon Live. So viewers on Amazon Live will be receiving a signal round about now. Okay, and I think we're live. I think we're live everywhere. So we're live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on Twitch, and live, well, on Amazon Live. I'm still blown away by the fact that I can go live on Amazon Live, even after 14 months on there. Hello, if you're watching, please do say hello. Countdown's finished, which means that it's time for me to come on camera. Okay, so I'm here and all is ready to go today. We're ready to look at cameras and microphones and green screens. In fact, everything to do with live broadcasting. And tomorrow I'll be celebrating 7 years of a show called Blabbing for Britain. And Corinda has been a great supporter of that over the years. And many hundreds of people have actually watched the show, and a comment has come in, which I can see on my iPad at the moment. I'm just waiting for it to come through into my studio. And it has, and the first comment of the day, this time, is from Corinda, who's doing a test. Also with us today, we've got the Stream Elements bot, and that's running on YouTube to make sure that everything on YouTube is okay. So we have bots, and I watched a show with my good friend Adair Palmer, who's in Australia this morning, and we do need the bots, and we're grateful for the bots on Amazon Live, and hopefully there'll be no problems at all during this live broadcast. If you're watching live, I'd like to say thank you. And what we're going to do, as I say, is we're going to look at cameras, and the first camera we're going to look at today is Logitech Brio. So Logitech Brio is the first camera that we're going to look at. You're actually watching it now, but whilst you settle into your seats, I want to explain. The photograph down below is Queen Elizabeth II Gardens, which was started when our Queen was coronation time, and the garden is still there, and it's a beautiful place to go for a walk. The photograph down below was taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which takes the most amazing photographs. You'll find the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra down in the carousel. You're watching Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen from Be Live, and I can make that official by just putting this on screen. And I've noticed another comment coming in, so I'll take that in a minute. So welcome to the broadcast with Stephen live from England. And if you unmute, you'll actually be able to hear me. The other thing to note, as we're just getting going, is that if you do comment, as Corinda has done, you will appear on the snake. Now, the snake is going to be running, well, it's going to be running during the show. And if you comment on Amazon or on Facebook or on YouTube, then your comment will be shown on screen by me, and you'll be added to the snake. Now, I do have friends who will be popping in here to actually get to the head of the snake. I'm broadcasting from Be Live, and Be Live are the only system that have a snake. And I just want to take a detour for a moment. Just let me do something. That's not very inspiring. Let's go for another one. We'll go here. Okay. And every time that I actually say something, the lights will react to that. And Corinda's second comment has come through, which means I can show it on screen. I don't know about being make monitor. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know BenQ make monitors. Okay, they do. And there's one down in the carousel. And it's the one that I use. Okay. So we have the snake. If you want to be on the snake, all you need to do is comment wherever you're watching from. And basically your comment will be shown on screen and you'll be added to the snake. And we do have a tip jar as well, which won't be on this show. It will be on the Black Friday show on Friday. So there you have it. Oh, sorry. So you've seen the card to the right of me, and the bottom right is my just basically attracting attention thing. But it is a beautiful graphic, and every time that I say something, the graphic will react. Now, the thing is that you can use this anytime, anywhere. It's basically, well, it just basically works, and it gives a visual aspect to every broadcast that you do. And you could, in fact, I could, if I want to be playing music in the background, which you wouldn't hear because I'm using, well, I'm actually using noise cancellation, so you won't hear any music. But that is, if you are a broadcaster and you're thinking of sort of bringing graphics into your show, then that is one way of doing it. So below me is the garden. To the right of me are the 4 cameras. And if I just put that on screen before taking it away, the cameras that we're going to be looking at are the Nexigo N970p, Logitech Brio, and the Oberspot 4K. Those are all 4K cameras. And the Oberspot is, well, the Nexigo is Zoom certified. So I'm going to bring that back into the screen, and I'm going to hide that. Okay. I'm going to hide the photograph that was taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And that just leaves me with the sound in the bottom right. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shrink that so it doesn't get in the way of the demonstrations. Okay, so if I go here, then that's going to go down into the corner. And I've got a new follower, Efren. Thank you. Efren, thank you very much. I'm not playing music, but if I were, I would play a celebration tune. You help make my day. And it is a win-win situation because now I'm in the broadcasters you're actually following. And it's the greatest help you can be to any live broadcaster is to actually follow them. And there are over 2,000 of us. We don't work for Amazon. We are independent reviewers. And when I review an item that's in the carousel, I own it. And I can tell you more about it because I actually use it every single day. Okay, now I'm going to go full screen. So let's take off the snake and get down to business. So if I go here and switch off the snake will be back later. I'm going to take off the graphics and we're going to come to, I'm just checking, I'm just checking which camera I'm actually showing you. So we're going to come to this camera. This is down in the carousel now. It's a Logitech Brio, and I need my reading glasses, but to tell you, the Logitech Brio is 7% off today. It's $139.99. So this is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen, live from England, and we're going to take a look at the Logitech Brio camera. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the main features of the Brio, and then I'm going to do a demonstration of software that you can download to take control of the camera. Okay, because every camera's got software and it's free because you bought the hardware. So let's go to the Brio. So we're actually talking about Logitech Brio webcam. And just a minute. Okay, let's take that off. We're actually talking about Logitech Brio webcam. Okay, now the thing I love about live broadcasting is that things don't always work perfectly. In fact, that's a major part of live broadcasting. Things are going to go wrong. And during my broadcast, things will go wrong. And don't worry about it. I'll get and fix it. And I've got a big comment coming in from Corinda, and I'm not sure whether it will show on screen or whether it's... Corinda's a good friend and great supporter. And what Corinda talking about? Found some information about the Brio. Right, okay, that's not what I'm talking about, Corinda, but thank you. So if you want to read Corinda's comment, then please do. Basically, I run the show. One of the beauties of Amazon Live is that as host of the show, I'm nominally in charge of what's going on, but I do take into account every comment that's made, even if it's somewhat at a tangent to what I'm talking about. Right, so Logitech Brio webcam is an Ultra 4K HD webcam. You've got 720, which is DVD quality, which is what I'm broadcasting to you in now. In other words, that's the standard. And we can't go higher than that because Amazon have said 720. And 720 is very friendly because it doesn't use as much data as 1080. In fact, to go from 720 to 1080, you're actually doubling the amount of data that's sent over the internet, which can be expensive. If you're on a mobile, you've got a mobile phone, you're on contract and you're now watching me on mobile, then I could be sending you twice as much data as I am, but I'm not. I'm actually down at 720 DVD quality. 1080 is HD quality. And this camera is 4K, which is, as consumers, probably the best quality we can actually get. Now, the numbers do matter. The numbers do matter. They do make a difference. Basically, the higher the number, the more pixels being transmitted over the internet and the clearer the picture. Simple as that. And we're going to, one day we'll be able to broadcast in 4K. That day hasn't arrived yet because we all need to have gigabit internet. When that day comes, certainly in Europe and the UK and the USA, when that day comes, then we'll be able to broadcast in 4K. But through our browsers at the moment, we can go in 1080. But if you get this off a 4K camera, then you can broadcast to YouTube in 4K using OBS. And people can watch you in 4K. And people can watch the replay in 4K, and OBS is free and YouTube is free. So if you get this off a Logitech Brio today, you can use it straight out of the box. Now, the important thing about 4K cameras, they're designed to be spot on, brilliant at 4K. There is a knock-on effect from that. The 1080 and the 720, because they're using the same lens, are also better than the standard 1080 and 720. Okay. Now, everything I say is my own opinion. If I'm wrong, just tell me I'm wrong. Okay, it's got a noise cancelling microphone. Now, this is important. If you're looking for a new webcam or a new microphone, make sure it has noise cancellation, because all of us work in a noisy environment and there are background noises going on all the time, and the noise cancelling mic cuts out all the background noises, especially if the dog barks. If your dog barks whilst you're broadcasting on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Twitch, if you've got a noise cancelling microphone, the only person that's going to hear the dog is you. Yeah, it cuts out all background noises. I'm using noise cancellation today. I use a piece of software called Crisp AI. Just as a note, you're actually watching the Logitech Brio camera right now, and you're listening to the Blue Yeti. Okay, so there's a Blue Yeti down in the carousel, and that's the microphone I'm using. It's got HD light auto correction. If I go here, and I'm just going to a piece of software, and I press on, I've gone slightly darker, and the camera is actually compensating. It's doing auto light correction in high definition, so you can still see me. I prefer to broadcast at all times of day with a light on. And just as a note, the light I'm using is down in the carousel. And just a second, let's see if I can find it quickly. If I can't find it quickly, I'll come back to where I am. But what I'm trying to do is to show you as many things in the carousel as I can. And down in the carousel, let's just go off as a tangent for a moment. Highlighted in the carousel is the Logitech Litra Glow light. This is the first light that Logitech have produced. They've done another one since, which I'll be reviewing next year. But this is the Logitech Litra Glow light. Now, if you're broadcasting, the three important things are the camera, the microphone, and the lighting. You have to get all three right. Now, we're going to be talking about the camera now, but the lighting is important too. Excuse me a moment. It just so happens I've got a Logitech Litra Glow light right here. And it is at the moment, if I just go over here and check, it is $49.99, which is Today, 17% saving. Some of the people have actually started to decrease prices in readiness for Black Friday, which is this Friday. Okay, amazing day on Friday. I'll be live 4 times on Black Friday. I hope you actually catch me on one of the broadcasts and come and say hello. But this is Logitech Litra Glow Light. Now, when you take it out of its packaging, that's what it looks like. I'm just going to go back a bit so you can actually see it. I can put it to the screen. It's the light itself is only about 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches, so it's not big. You pull the shelf out and it fits on the back of your monitor, just like that. With that goes over the back of your monitor. You can angle it, you can pull the light forward and push it back again, obviously. You can turn it to the right and you can turn it to the left. So you can change the angle of the light. Now, at the moment, my light is on my BenQ monitor, which is down the carousel, and my light is like that. And the light is actually coming straight at me, but it's a soft light. It's not an in-your-face light. If I go over here, I can tell you the main features of Logitech Litra Glow Light. I just want to go back here for a minute. Just let me take that off because we've gone on to Logitech Litra Glow just for a couple of minutes. So it's a Logitech Litra Glow Light, and the official title, right, because that's just my title for it, is Logitech Litra Glow Premium LED Streaming Light. I told you it was a soft light. The light is true soft. Okay, everybody's got their own proprietary. I wish I could say that. You stumble on some words. Proprietary is one I occasionally stumble on. It has adjustable monitor mount. Now, we've seen that you can twist the light backwards and forwards and sideways, but you can also extend it. Okay, so you've got a 7-inch extension there, which you can actually use. You can bring it down again. Okay, or you can actually take the light off and you can put the light onto a tripod. Okay, so the light can either go over your monitor or it can go onto a tripod. Choice is yours. It has software on the back. You'll see the on-off switch in the middle and then brightness and temperature, and you can control that with your hand, or there is a desktop app which will allow you to control the light. Now, there are 2 apps. You can either use Logitech G Hub, or you can use this, as I say, with any hardware that you buy, download the software. And if you get the software, then you can actually control the device itself. Okay, it has natural skin tones, giving you a radiant look. Now, I can attest to the natural skin tones because if I go and look in the mirror now, I do look like this. Okay, now, this light was developed with live broadcasters and streamers in mind. Logitech are basically the backbone of a lot of game streaming. And this was designed, this light is safe to use 24 hours a day. Now, I only broadcast 2 hours at a time, so I know it's safe for me, but we know that gamers broadcast 8 to 10 hours at a time. This light is totally safe, which is what it says here, safe for all day streaming. Freedom of light placement, we said it can go on your monitor, it can go on a tripod, and you can use Logitech G Hub desktop app. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen, just a minute. And if I go screen share, I'm going to show you the software because we've got it ready, and I'm going to bring it over here and I'm going to put it full screen. So you go to Logitech and you search for Logitech G Hub and you can download the software, and the software looks like this. Okay. And it's saying camera not available because I'm actually using it somewhere else. But this software is controlling the light. And if I go off full screen and go picture in picture, okay, let's take that off because we're not using that at the moment. And I go the other way around, like so. Now, I've got the software on my desktop. I'm actually controlling it. And if I go here, okay, I can switch the light on or off. Okay. It also comes with presets. It has 7 presets for different times of day. And you just select the preset and it will change the lighting. Now, this is, if I go here, right, so I'm just using the presets, and the lighting is, this lighting is very bright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to something more subtle, and I can just scroll down and pick one that's more subtle. Right, so this in fact is my favorite. Okay, so you can, using the software, adjust the lighting, and that's what I love about this. Now the other thing is, if we go, so that's the light, and it is $49.99, which is discount today of 17%. So it's $10. You save $10 if you click the link in the carousel and you buy it today. You'll save yourself $10. Okay, now I've missed a comment, so I'm going to come back to me. I'm going to stop sharing. Oh, wait a minute. The other thing about this software is that this software, if I go back here, also controls my Brio camera. So let's bring that on screen. Okay, and everything that Logitech make can be controlled using the Logitech G Hub, including the camera. And I'm just going to take a comment from Corinda. Thank you, Corinda. Corinda saying it was released in January 2022. Thank you, Corinda. So I can control the camera from the same Logitech G Hub software. But I prefer, if I stop sharing and come back to me. So that's the light. I've talked about the light. Light is down the carousel, and we're now going to zoom back all the way along here, and we're going to go for Logitech Brio camera is the highlighted item, and it's my favorite static camera. Yeah, and let's go back to, we were working our way through. So we're going for Logitech Brio. So it's Logitech Brio 4K webcam is what you're looking at the moment, and it's the one that's down in the carousel. And the light adjustment is called Logitech Right Light. Everybody's got their own version. Right Light is the one that Logitech used, developed for all Logitech cameras. Now the camera has 3 fields of view. It's got, if I go here, okay, it's got a 90-degree field of view, yeah, and it can go inside that in an arc, and it can go to 65 or 78. So you can control the software, the camera, using the software. So let's have a look. Now, I do believe that if you buy any hardware, you should download the software. If you don't, you're only using a small percentage of what the hardware can do. So let's share. Again, we're going to share the software, and this time it's a program called Logitech Capture, and I'm just trying to find it. Okay, I'm going to bring it on screen. Okay, so this is the software to actually control the camera, and it is called Logitech Capture. And if you get Logitech Capture, you can have greater control of your camera. It's as simple as that. Well, I'm going to show you now. I'm going to explain what I'm actually talking about. I'm going to go side by side. Okay, and I'm just going to go widescreen. So give me a second to go widescreen. Okay, so we've now gone widescreen. Okay, and Theme's been updated. So you can see me, you can see the software. Now I'm going to use the software to actually control the camera. And if I go here and I zoom out, okay, you can see this is if I take that off, This is the camera's default settings. In other words, if I hadn't got the software, I would look like this. Yeah. Because I've got the software, I can decide how I'm going to look on screen. I've got control over what's happening. Now, the software I'm showing you, Logitech Capture, controls the Logitech C920, 922, 925, 930, and the C270. One piece of software, just go to logitech.com, search Logitech Capture. You can download the software, you've got control of your camera. That means that you can actually set it up as you want it to be, rather, just a minute, you can set it up as you want it to be rather than the default settings, and you can make yourself look good on a Zoom call or on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. The software controls the camera, you're in charge, and basically you can change the colors, you can change any attribute of the camera. Right. Now, you'll notice behind me is a green screen. And if I go over here, I'm just going to find the green screen. Just give me a second. One of the ways that you can actually control how you look on camera and control your environment is by using a green screen. Now, the green screen behind me is a Fovitech green screen. It is reversible. It's green on one side and blue on the other. It is also portable. You can actually scrunch it. If I zoom out again, let's just zoom out again just to show you. You can see the green screen. You can actually scrunch it, put it into its carry case, and you can take it away. But the reason for having a green screen is, first of all, it hides your background. Okay, anything behind there you can't see. But the other thing is, you can then use background removal software. Now, background removal software, the first thing you do is to remove the background. And that will take place before our eyes, possibly. Yeah, remove the soft background. Okay, so I should be back in a second. But this time when I come back, hopefully I'm going to come back on screen. The background has been removed. Okay, background removal software is removing the background. That means that having removed the background, I can slide in any picture and come back in a second. I just hang on. I said at the top of this show that occasionally things were going to get interesting, and they are. Okay, now this is the reason why I've got a green screen. I've got a green screen so I can tell you about my local area. The photographs behind me, this one is of the Courts Garden. Photographs are all taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which is down in the carousel. Courts Garden used to be an industrial estate, and now it's an English country garden, a great place to visit. It's about half an hour from where we live, and we can get there 3 or 4 times. Well, we actually probably go about 6 or 7 times a year to actually visit the gardens. The next photograph you've seen earlier, this is Queen Elizabeth II Gardens in Salisbury. Again, photographed by Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And the next photograph I'm going to show you is this one. Yeah, I've shown you that one. I'm going to go here. Okay, and this photograph is another photograph of the Courts Garden, but from a different perspective. Okay, so what I'm saying is, if you get a green look, software manufacturers, background removal software manufacturers say to us that if you use their software, you don't need a green screen. Well, if you don't have a green screen, the picture will be okay. If you do have a green screen, the picture will be near perfect. Okay, and that's the truth. Okay, you do need a green screen. The best one I've found is the Fovitech that's down in the carousel, and today it is $77.95, 22% off today, and it just simply works. I mean, I can put any backdrop behind me. This is a place called Durham Park, which is a deer park, which is over in Gloucester. and we managed to get here twice a year. And behind me is the pond, which has got algae on it this year. But basically, the thing about a green screen, first we said it hides things. Okay, so nobody knows where I am. Yeah, and it's basically to change things. I can tell you now that I live 93 miles away from London. Okay, so in other words, 93 miles away from where Corinda lives. And all I'm doing, let's just remind ourselves, all I'm doing is using background removal software to remove the background, yeah, which will take a second or two. And hopefully I'm going to come back from this. I'm just waiting patiently to actually come back. I'm still hearing voice. Okay, sometimes you've got to be patient. Okay, so again, another photograph. And this again was taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. I should be back on screen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Right. Okay. Behind me is the cloisters at Salisbury Cathedral. Okay. Salisbury Cathedral is a place of pilgrimage built in the 1100s. It is the home to one of 6 copies of the Domesday Book. And behind me is the entrance to actually go in and look at the book. And when I say copies, it's not modern copies. These are copies made when it was, sorry, the Magna Carta. These are copies made when it was written. Yeah. So it's a very historical place. It is a place of pilgrimage. People visit Salisbury Cathedral in their tens of thousands every year to actually visit the cathedral itself and to walk around the cloisters. It is an amazing place. Okay. And so using photographs to actually tell a story, we're still using the Brio camera, but I could go off to Rome. Yeah, I can be in Rome. Okay, I could be here. Yeah. Now, this all works because I've got a background screen. The thing you've got to be wary of is don't have a background at the top which is too light. And this is one of my favorites. And you can tell a story, you can express yourself as, yeah. So different story, different backdrop, and all you need to do is install the software. I'm using a program called XSplit VCam, and that means that the green screen behind me is working, and it's working well. It's up to us. One side the screen is blue, the other side it is green, and you can choose whichever you feels best. Okay, both are perfect for background removal software. And I've been using the background removal software with Logitech Brio, which you're looking at now. I've actually been using this software since 2019 when it was first released, and it just keeps improving. The software again is actually called, if I go down here, the software I've been using is XSplit VCam. Now, I don't want to do it now, but if you hop over to Facebook, you should find some XSplit. Or you go to XSplit VCam website, just search for XSplit VCam. Okay, there is a lifetime deal on XSplit VCam at the moment. Okay, and it's very good value. So if you want to go from this to, just a minute, I'll find it. If you want to go from this to this, at a click of a button, almost, then XSplit VCam is the software you need to do it. This is Windows. Sorry, I've got to put that proviso in. This works on Windows 10, 11. So that's our adventure with green screens, and green screens do make a difference. Yeah. Behind me now, this is the final picture. Again, this picture was taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which I'll show you later. This is, if I move, that's probably a good idea. See how I'm still perfectly, yeah, even though I've moved, I don't have to be a statue. I can actually move, and the background removal software still works. This is kernel locks, which is the longest set of locks in the world. And the purpose of locks is to take a canal barge from low ground to high ground through a series of steps. And it's just amazing. I go for a walk there every Monday. I do a 5.5 mile walk on the footpath. That footpath. I walk down that footpath every Monday. That one. No, that one. Yeah. I walk down that footpath every Monday wearing my Fitbit and taking my, well, I've got something that I shall tell you about in a minute. I wear these, which are Aftershocks earbuds. And we're going to look at Aftershocks in a moment. Okay, so that's next up. But the background removal software means that you can tell stories. I can tell you a story. I mean, I can talk about this particular picture when I went out, not this week, last week, and it was raining hard. I was going to say something else then, but I'm on Amazon Live, so I've got to behave myself. It was raining very hard, and I got wet through. But I just love walking. I don't care about the weather. We've got an agreement, and my partner Angelica and I have got an agreement that if there's frost on the car, we don't go for a walk. Yeah. If the windscreen is frosted up, then we don't go for a walk. Other than that, any weather apart from when it's below zero. Okay, but we're British, of course. Just one more image before we move on, and we'll move on to the headphones. Just a minute. I love this background. You can use a plain background. Yeah, it doesn't have to be an image. It can be a plain background. That's one I made earlier. And we can go over here, yeah, to Big Ben. I can go to Germany. I can go to France. Yeah, I can basically be anywhere in the world. I could be in Germany again. Or is this, I think this might be Amsterdam. I'm not sure. If you know where this photograph is, then do let me know. But we're using the background removal software to actually just put an image at the back of me. And there's one image that I'm actually looking for before we move on. So just indulge me a minute. We're using the Logitech Brio webcam. We're using XSplit VCam software, and we're using the green screen that's down the carousel. And you're getting this, yeah? If you're on a Zoom call, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and you want to up your game, get a green screen, look for the lifetime deal on XSplit VCam, and it just changes everything. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to tell you, do you know where this is? Okay, if you know where this is, please do type in the comments. Yeah, type in the comments where you think this is. Okay, in the absence of any comments, I'm going to reveal to you, there will be no surprise, that this is Stonehenge. Now, Stonehenge is in Wiltshire in England, which is where I am, and it's about 40 minutes away from where we live, driving the car, and we then walk to the stones, and it's a magical experience in the real sense of the word. There's something mystical about Stonehenge, which was built 4,000 years ago and survives to this day. And we managed to go there 4 or 5 times a year. And it's just the experience, because there's a museum telling the story of the last 4,500 years. There's a restaurant, so you can have a bite to eat. There is obviously a souvenir shop. The whole thing is run perfectly. The site is preserved and looked after. And your President Obama's been here. In fact, probably every single president of the United States, who, since we've had the ability to fly, have actually come over to the UK and actually walked around the stones. Yeah, I had a personal tour. It is one of the wonders of the world. And I'm so blessed, and Angelica's so blessed to actually live so close to it. Okay, so with the background software, let's just explain, if you just started watching, it's a 2-step process. This is me, okay? This is the background removal. I'm going to get a warning. I'm back in a second. I will be back. I promise I'll be back. Okay, I'm still hearing voice. Okay, you remove the background. That's what background move is all about. Remove the background, and then you can slide in a picture. And I dare you, well, I don't know many people who don't smile when they see this. Okay. And this is 3, 2, 1. Hopefully I'm going to come back. This is a rainbow. So it doesn't have you, the pictures behind you can be photographs you've taken, obvious choice. Images, you can go to a website, and if I've got it here, I will show you it. It's a website called unsplash.com, unsplash.com. And I'm just looking to see if I've got a link. Just a minute. I need to put this in because it actually finishes the story off nicely. I just need to make sure I spelled it correctly, so bear with me a moment. Unsplash.com. Okay. You can get images. If you go to unsplash.com, you can download images and they're free. Okay. What it is, photographers from around the world send their best photographs to unsplash.com. We can use them with, well, we don't need any special permission, but what I do, if I find an image I like, I say thank you by sending a tweet out, which is a win-win situation because I obviously get known for using beautiful pictures in my broadcasts. And basically, it's just to say thank you. So unsplash.com for free images. You can use, just let me go here because I just want to set something up. This is the grand finale coming up. Don't go anywhere. This is the grand finale. If I can find it. Yes, I found it. Okay. You can go to unsplash.com to get images. You can have a web page as a background, or you can go to YouTube and get a video. Now, this might take a second or two. Okay, so let's go, and I'm going to freeze. I know I'm going to freeze, but I should be back. And this, fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed that this is going to work. Okay, you can actually play a video behind you. The video won't play with sound. The video is, this video is on YouTube. And basically, this is a game changer. Yeah, to be able to play a video in the background. You can tell a story, you can tell bigger stories with video. And it's just so easy to do. With the software that I'm using, which is XSplit VCam. Yeah, then basically you can do background removal, providing you've got a green screen. And the best green screen that I found is, that was a grand finale, wasn't it? I'm going to switch it off now. Okay, so XSplit VCam, it is a lifetime deal at the moment, one-off payment, and you can find that after this broadcast. Okay, so that's green screens. That's why I love green screens. And the camera you've been looking at all this time, just give me a second to actually scroll through the carousel, and I'll get there. I've got 40 items in my carousel. I own them, so I can talk about them. The camera you've been watching is the Logitech Brio, and the Logitech Brio today is $139.99, 7% off. Now, we're all in the countdown to Black Friday, but if you want to find out more information, click the link in the carousel, add it to your wish list if you wish, add the green screen to your wish list. Yeah. Okay, so that has been a Logitech Brio for webcam in a roundabout sort of way. I've been talking about that, but we have looked at green screens, and we've looked at, what else did we look at? Oh, we looked at the Logitech Litra Lite. Remember? We looked at the Logitech Litra Lite, which is down the carousel, which is lighting me today. Now, the next item we're going to talk about is this. And I'm going to do this. This should work. Fingers crossed. This should work. We're going to talk about the Samsung Galaxy 22. But I'm a firm believer that if I'm going to talk to you about something I should actually show you as well. So let me go over here and change the theme. I need to set something up first and apply. Okay, right. That's the first stage done. And the second stage is we're going to look at the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that as, just give me a second. I'm going to use that as a webcam. I'm going to bring it in as a webcam. Okay, this should work. Both sets of fingers crossed. But if I go here and I go here, then in a second, it should, all things being equal, just a minute. It does take a little bit of setting up. Okay, but it will be worth it. I assure you it'll be worth it. This is one of the first times that this has been done. And hopefully this will work. Okay, 3, 2, 1. I'm just waiting for things to change over. We're changing cameras, and this is always a nail-biting time. Will the camera actually work? And yes, it is working. And I can tell that because my camera here has gone crazy. So let's switch over here, shall we? And I'm going to go here. I'm going to stop sharing the screen. And I'm going to go over here. I'll be back in a second. And here. Right, this is the Samsung Galaxy S22, but I'm actually using this as a webcam. Okay. The thing about the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and I'm just getting myself set up so I'll look okay. If I just change the angle slightly, I don't want to break this, but I do want to appear on camera. I'm going to get closer to the camera. Just a minute. Don't go anywhere. Okay, right, we're back. This is using a webcam, basically on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And the same piece of software that I showed you earlier, XSplit VCam, can do this. It's built into XSplit VCam. So I'm still using the same piece of software, but I'm actually broadcasting live to you now from my mobile phone. Mobile phone, Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. It is the flagship phone from Samsung this year. If I just go down to the carousel, what I need to do is to go here, and I can tell you, he said, that the Samsung Galaxy S22 today is 25% off. So this mobile phone is 25% off today. It's $899.99. Behind me on the monitor, you can see Be Live, which is where I'm broadcasting from. The picture to the left, to my left, is Avebury Stone Circle, which is a bit like, well, it's a bit like Stonehenge. It's built at the same time, but it's not as famous. And this is, to me, this is key. I'm actually showing you what the webcam, the camera on the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra looks like whilst live. Okay, and it's only the second time I've done this. But the other thing I'm talking about whilst I'm here, because you now you're watching the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, I'll give you all the facts in a minute, but I don't want to be turning this way to actually give you the facts. I want to stay like this. Okay, just give me a second. And you're watching now, this is a live feed from the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and I want to talk to you about these. Okay, these are Aftershok's headphones. They're down in the carousel. I walk every morning at 11:30. I go for a walk. I walk 5 or 6 miles. That's how I stay fit. And I wear these headphones. And I live in England, and it rains sometimes. Well, it rains most of the time. So I needed something that was waterproof. These headphones are that. The other thing I didn't want is I didn't want anything in my ears. And if I turn sideways, you can see that these actually go over my ear, which means that there's no irritation. Okay. The other problem I used to have was I used to get earbuds and they used to fall out, which is not good. So these are headphones. They're from Aftershok's. Aftershok's are an amazing brand. I went over to Farnborough to a sports exhibition back 4 months ago, and I saw the Aftershock stand, and I saw these, and I tried them. I thought they're brilliant. They're going on my Amazon wish list. So these did go on my Amazon wish list, and I got them, and I wear them every weekday. I listen to, while I'm out walking, I paired it with my mobile phone, the Samsung Galaxy you're watching now, and I go out for an hour and a half and I listen to rock music. And now, how do they work? Okay, they're not in your ear, they're over your ear. And the sound goes, the vibrations go from there through your skull to your inner ear. And it works. Now, this is not hi-fi, okay? This is great quality sound though. I mean, I just pair these headphones with my mobile phone, start my Amazon Music playlist, and I just go walking and I forget about everything else. And I just walk, listening to rock music. Great selection of tunes on Amazon, it has to be said. Equally well, I could listen to my favorite podcast. But the thing about these headphones is because they don't go in your ear, they go over your ear, you can still listen. You can talk to the person next to you. You can hear the traffic all around you. Yeah. You can hear the silent cyclist coming up behind you. Basically, these leave your ears still able to listen. I said earlier, these headphones are waterproof. They're waterproof to IP67. Charge for an hour, which I do in the evening, and they're good 8-hour battery life. Control-wise, there are controls on the headphones which allow you to skip to the next track, pause, take a phone call. You can make a phone call with voice dial, and you can also increase and decrease the volume, which is what you want to do. So they're perfect. But the major thing about these is that these headphones only weigh, I'm trying to go back here. If I go there, these headphones only weigh 26 grams, which is the weight of a bag of chips, or as we'd say in the UK, a bag of crisps. I put these on and I actually forget I'm wearing them. They're so lightweight. Bluetooth, connect to your phone, takes minutes, and you can listen to music. You can listen to your favorite podcasts. They work within a 40-foot range of the source. So I can go 40 foot away from my mobile phone and still be listening to the music. So I can, in summer, next summer, I can actually just go, leave the phone in the house and go into the garden and do the gardening, listening to music from the mobile phone, which is 40 feet away. I didn't put those figures together. I watched a lot of information videos about, because before I buy anything, I'm like you, before I buy anything, I do my research. Okay. And we buy a lot of things online. So we have to research first. So we go to Amazon, we read the reviews, we watch the product review videos, then we possibly go to another website, begins with YOU, and we watch the reviews on there as well. And then we come back to Amazon. And if we're happy with it, we'll order it. That's the route I took with these headphones. I made sure I did my research first and made sure that these had a good reputation, and they do. In fact, all Aftershocks do have a good reputation. And this is my second pair. So Aftershocks for the win, I think. I haven't found anything wrong with them at all. Yeah, they just simply work out the box. Take them out of the box, put them on, or charge them first. Okay, charge them. There is a proprietary connector, which I can't show you, but I'll show you in a minute. Proprietary connector, and that does a recharge. Say you've then got an 8-hour charge, and you can listen to them wherever you are then. Pairs with the mobile phone, pairs with your desktop, which is PC or Mac. Simple and straightforward to do. And you can use them and forget about them. I forget I'm wearing them. They're so light, they're so good, and the sound is good. So that's it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch back to a normal camera, but you have been watching the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Okay, so let's go back over here, and I'm going to switch cameras. I'm going to go here, Okay, and I'm hopefully I need to oh, wait a minute, I need to do this. Okay, we're back. Okay, so that was a little bit about these headphones, which are the Aftershocks, and I do love them, literally. And we're also talking about, down in the carousel, the Logitech Brio camera as well, and the Samsung Galaxy phone. Just talking about the phone, you see, the problem we've got is I've put the phone on my mobile stand, okay, on my tripod, and it's over here, and I can't hold it in my hand because it's on a tripod. Yeah, but it's actually, if we look back here, the picture quality from this webcam is first class. Yeah, this is better than your ordinary webcam, and you can, using XSplit VCam, bring your webcam into your broadcast, whether it's Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Twitch, and use best camera you've got, because the camera on the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra is 108 megapixel. Yeah. Okay, so let's come back to me again, and hopefully I haven't moved this time. Okay, I'm here. So these headphones are absolutely amazing, and they are down in the carousel, and we've talked about that, and we've talked about, let's go here, the Samsung Galaxy S22 is what we're talking about at the moment. And if I go over here without messing things up, so we're talking about the Samsung Galaxy S22. What I'm going to do is, just a minute, I need to do something. I need to go here, possibly here. I've lost myself. Don't go anywhere. I'm okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go here. Just give me a second. What I want to do, I know what I want to do, but I've lost a piece of software. Just a minute. There we go. If I get this piece of software back, we'll be good. Okay, so I've got a piece of software back, and what I need to do on that is I just need to change the camera. Okay, so give me a second, and I should be back on screen. Okay, and I'm back. I froze then. I know I froze. Right, okay, so Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and I'm just going to go here, just a second, yeah. I'm just going to go here, and this is all going swimmingly well. Okay, just give me a second. What I need to do is I need to disconnect the phone and close everything. Right, so now we're back on track. Okay, everything is okay now. Don't worry. This is live video. Anything can go wrong, usually does, but we work our way through it. And I want to say a big thank you for actually joining me live today. Now, just a note, if you've joined me recently, you are watching. Your host is Stephen Healey, that's me. We're talking about live broadcasting. We talked about Logitech Brio and the Samsung S22 mobile is what I'm talking about now. And I want to say thank you for watching. Okay, now I'm going to switch a couple of things off. I'm going to switch that off. I'm going to switch that off. Okay. And I'm going to come back to me. Okay, so I just want to say a big thank you for actually watching live. And I've just got a connection request on LinkedIn. Okay. Now what you can do if you wish is, if you comment, I'm live on Facebook and YouTube, and primarily, of course, on Amazon Live. If you make a comment in any of those places, then the comment will appear on screen. I'll show it on screen, just as I did with Corinda's comments earlier. Okay, so your comments will show on screen and you'll be added to the snake. Okay, this is broadcasting on ve.live. Just a moment. ve.live, which is up there. Okay, and we've got a snake, and the snake is quite an amazing piece of technology. If you comment on Amazon Live right now, you'll go on the snake, and the snake will get longer and longer. This is a feature of BeLive. BeLive is the only site to have this. It was a result of a hackathon back in October, and it's quite a neat feature because not only we got the snake, we also have a lottery jar, which I'll explain in a moment. Okay, so if you want to get on the snake, just say something on Amazon Live, on my page now. In the comments, say hello. Tell me where you're from. Just say hello. Okay, right. So this is the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra smartphone. It comes in different models. There's a 256 gig or 128 gig or 512. You can decide on the memory. It's got an 8K camera and 8K video. It has the brightest display that Samsung have ever produced. This is my favorite phone. Well, it's my best phone ever. And I actually use this in bright sunlight. Yes, I know we get sunshine in the UK. Who knew? And in bright sunlight, I can read the screen perfectly. It also has an S Pen. Okay, now if I go here, it's got an S Pen, and this is the S Pen. And if I go here, just forgive me a moment, I'm doing something, and I'm just waiting a second. I can actually type in write in. I'm concentrating. Hello, Amazon. That's not the best I've done, but it does give you an idea now. There are 7 different apps already installed on this Android phone, which you can use the pen with. Okay. But there is a neat feature here. If you're in a no phones meeting where you have to switch your phone off, you can still take notes whilst you're in the meeting with your phone off. You can save them, and when the meeting is finished, you can go back to them after you switch your phone on and take further action. So it works even when it's switched off, is what I'm saying. And the S Pen is absolutely brilliant. You can also use the S Pen for taking photographs. So instead of actually pressing the button on the phone, you can just use an air gesture and take photographs. It has a long battery life. Okay. If you charge this, and you can do a fast charge within an hour at 45 watts, then the battery will last from 24 to 30 hours. So all you need to do really is to charge the phone once a day. It has 8K super steady video. Okay. It's got a built-in stabilizer. Normally, there is a problem. If you're using this to take video and you're holding it in your hand, as you walk, the phone will go up and down. A stabilizer doesn't stop the physical action, but it smooths out the video. Normal circumstances, you would have to use a gimbal. This is the DJI OM5 gimbal, which is down in the carousel. Normally, you'd have to use a gimbal, but this has got a stabilizer built in. So, hello, Amazon. And the quality of the videos and the quality of the images, I'm going to show you in a second. I'm going to show you 2 things. I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm going to show you a video taken with this very camera, the camera on here, and I'm going to show you some photographs. Well, I showed you some photographs earlier. I'll show you them again. They're that good. Nightography. You can actually take photographs at night. Okay, and it's brilliant. Some of them look like daylight. Now, as far as the lenses are concerned, it's 108 megapixel, which is the best lens that Samsung ever had. 108 megapixel, 3 times zoom, 10 times zoom, and nightography lenses all on the back. And I've got this swish case, which allows me to actually cover the lenses up. cases down the carousel too. Just carrying on with the features before the demonstration. It's got adaptive colour contrast. We've said when it's sun shines in the UK, I can actually read the phone in bright sunlight. It's got a long-lasting battery, which I mentioned a moment ago, and fast charging. It's got the embedded S Pen. Now, the thing I love about the S Pen, okay, and this is if I leave the S Pen behind, yeah, and I take the phone away, this is me taking the phone away, then I get a reminder which says you left your S Pen behind. If I forget it, then the phone reminds me, which I think is quite nifty. Okay, so let's move on. And it's moving things about. Now, size-wise, it is 6.8 inches deep. It's got a WQHD screen, 120 hertz adaptive refresh rate, and the other thing, important thing, is that this mobile phone is unlocked by Samsung. It's dual SIM, so you can have 2 SIM cards, 2 sets numbers from your favorite carrier, and even I managed to put them in the phone. Charging, it's 5,000 milliamps, 45-watt charging, or you can do wireless charging at 15 watts. The lower the wattage, 45, 15, the longer it takes. Just a reminder, the rear camera is 108 megapixel and the front camera is 40 megapixel. These are amazing quality lenses. It was released February 9th, 2022. It is the flagship phone. It's the best Samsung phone that's available this year. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the phone down and I'm going to show you a video which was actually created using the Samsung Galaxy S22. So I need to do a couple of things. First thing I'm going to do is take the snake off. Second thing I'm going to do is to take the logo off. Okay, that's the BeLive logo. I'm broadcasting from BeLive. Okay, and you're watching Stephen Healey, but we'll come back to that in a minute. And what I'm going to now is I'm going to bring the video up on screen. Okay, and we're actually watching the video, and this is, well, it's the Courts Garden in Wiltshire. Okay, and I'm going to switch. I'll be back in 2 minutes. I'm just going to switch my microphone off, and I'll see you in 2 minutes. The Courts Garden, and just had lunch. And the thing about the Courts Garden is it's a beautiful place to actually stroll around and just enjoy the gardens. So I'm just going to walk around, and I am using my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra and my new DJI OM5 gimbal. I've got the internal microphone on the Samsung, so no external mic. I'll try an external mic next time, but it's just so beautiful today. It's about 28 degrees, and I'm just going to try something here, because if I do this, I should be able to change the view. Okay, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to come down again. It's actually stuck, isn't it? Wait a minute. Let's adjust this. This is just a trial. Okay, so I'm going to go like that, or like that, or like that. I've got to be able to see what's on the screen, so I can see what's on the screen. And just wondering how steady this is. This is better than actually holding the phone. It's a lot easier to actually grip the gimbal than it is to actually grip the phone, so this is a win. But there's so many things this gimbal can do, and I really haven't learnt half of them, or even a quarter of them. But let's look at the borders, and there are people here today. Car park was full, but I don't think everybody actually came over here. But there's just flowers here in full bloom, We are at the beginning of August, first week in August, and the grounds here are just absolutely stunning. Now, the other thing that's important this year is that I've got my new eyes, which means that this year I can actually see clearly where I'm going. That's the entrance over there, where you come in, and then you led into the gardens. There's a cafe just around the corner, and everywhere there are places to actually sit down. Angelica's sat down at the moment while I'm taking this video. But if I try and walk a bit faster, the other thing that they said is that you can use this gimbal as a stand, and if you get the Mimo software, it will actually track you. I'm going to put that one to the test, but for today we're just checking the stability and the beauty, which is Quotes Garden in Wiltshire. And I'm just trying to find a path which nobody else is taking. Shall we go across here? Okay, so I'm going to go across here. I might come back again in a minute, but see what's through here. And there's nobody. Secret passage. Let's go back again. Right, now I have sound. Just wait a minute. I'm checking on, well, I'm actually live on Facebook at the moment. And one of the reasons I'm live on Facebook is so that now I have sound. Now I have sound. Okay. The broadcasting live, okay, is great fun. But we are aware of the fact that this is not television. And what's going to happen is we're only human. And from time to time, we're going to make mistakes. Now, my bête noire, my Achilles heel, is to play a video and then not switch my microphone back on. So even if you were listening to me, if I was unmuted, you couldn't actually hear me. But now I know, because I did the test on my mobile phone, you can actually hear me, which is a good thing, really. Okay, so subtle hint, always make sure that people can hear you when you're live broadcasting. Don't take it as read. Have a backup where you can actually go and you can check whether you are actually, I'm just going to show you this now as we finish off on the mobile phone. If I go here and I go here, just a second. Okay. We're actually broadcasting. If I put that down there, you probably see it. Okay, we're actually broadcasting on Facebook and YouTube as well as on Amazon Live. And this is the quality of the image, sort of, that's actually on picture in picture in picture. We're going to keep going. All right, I better stop that. The picture in picture effect, you can't do anything about. It will just get worse and worse and worse. But hopefully it's cleared up now. Okay, so that's the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. It's the best phone I've ever had. I'm just so glad I got it. It is Samsung's flagship phone for this year, and it's down in the carousel. It is $899.99, $300 saving today, and I'm just blown away. I haven't got, I know I said I'd give you honest reviews of everything that's in the carousel, and I am doing. I don't have any negative things to say about this phone. It is the best. Okay, the best that Samsung have made, the best that I've had, and possibly, quite possibly, the best phone, Android phone, that's on Amazon. Right, the next thing I'm going to go to, I showed you a moment ago a video. Now, the thing about video is that mobile video, there are two components to it. Let's just take these headphones off. These are the Aftershokz Aeropex down in the carousel. The thing about doing mobile video, about shooting video on your mobile phone, is basically the video is taken care of because we just said that there are amazing cameras out there. The Samsung's got a 108 megapixel lens and it shoots 8K video, which is absolutely amazing. But the other factor is sound. Yeah. Now, sound is important. I, as you've seen, visit different places in the UK and I make videos about them. Those videos then go onto YouTube, and they go onto YouTube because it's got good sound. Now, having good sound means an external microphone. Okay, so my external microphone, which I've used for several years now, is this one, and it's the Power Device with a 3.5-inch audio jack. And this is the difference between good quality sound and great quality sound. It's down in the carousel at the moment. It has, just let me put my glasses on, tell you the real facts. I don't want to guess. It's $39.39 today, $39.39, 12% off, and it has 13,481 4.5-star reviews. So I am not the only person who thinks this is a great lapel microphone. It is. So let's put the box down. And if I pick up this packet, okay, this is its carrying pouch. And this normally goes in my rucksack. And I basically, hopefully, it says on the back of here, words can change lives, record them perfectly. And with this lapel microphone, you can do just that. I'm going to show you the microphone itself. You just listen to the sound of it. Okay, you listen to the sound of it on the video I just played you. But this is a lapel microphone. Now, this is, if I put this close to the screen, you can actually see it. I don't need to be close to the screen, it does. There's the lapel microphone. It's got a crocodile clip, and then the microphone has actually got a cover on it. Okay, and 3 are supplied. So if you lose one, you can always put another one on. Okay, so that is the microphone end of it. Now, installation of anything is important. And basically, installing a lapel microphone is important. But it only takes seconds. And there it is. It's actually installed. Okay, so that's a no-brainer. You actually just take the crocodile clip and you put it onto your clothing. That's the installation done. Okay, so that's stage one. Put it onto your clothing. T-shirt in summer, jacket in winter, but install it there. Now the other end of the lapel microphone is this, and it's a 3.5mm jack, as it said on the box. It says on the box 3.5mm jack, which is this. This is the end of it. Now, the thing is that I've got, as you know, the latest Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. And if we look at the bottom of that, I don't want to need to go forward, there is nowhere to put the lead in. Yeah. And this is my favorite lapel microphone. And I still want to use it. I only use it when I go and shoot mobile video. And it won't fit. So what you need, probably, is this. And this is down in the carousel too. And this is a special widget that goes from 3.5mm to a USB-C. And basically what you do is you plug the audio lead into there, stage one. You've then got a USB-C connector, and you plug the USB-C connector into your phone. That's it. Okay, now this is down in the carousel at the moment. I'm not sure on the price of it, but it is cost effective, and it does mean that you can, if you put it in properly, it's cost effective, and it means you can still use your favorite microphone with the latest mobile phones. Okay, so that is professional grade microphone down in the carousel, 39. Just a minute, I've got to get my glasses on again. Oh dear, just a second. Okay. 39.39, 12% discount today. So if you get this today, you're going to get a 12% discount on the not on the phone. Unplug that on this. Okay. Now, basic thing to do is to take this microphone and always make sure that you wrap it carefully and you put it back in its carrying case. And the words that are written on this carrying case are true. Because if I go here, okay, it's back in its case now. Words can change lives, record them perfectly, and you can do that with the microphone that is down in the carousel at the moment. Okay, now we've talked about the headphones, we've talked about microphones, we've talked about a lot of things today. If there's anything in the carousel, coming back to me, if there's anything in the carousel you'd like to talk about, then please do say. And we're going to move on in a moment. So let's just go through this. If I bring this on screen, just give me a moment. Yep. And I'm going to hide that, take the solo off. Okay. We're going to be looking at the Nexigo N970p, which is in the carousel. It's the first item. Okay. Then this is the monitor that I'm using, which is basically $149.99. It is a high quality 27-inch monitor. Click the link to find out more details. I'm going to show you the Oberspot next. The Oberspot is my favorite camera. And if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, you're actually getting links. We've looked at the Brio, and you're actually watching the Brio now. There is a second Oberspot. I've got two Oberspots. That's the Oberspot Tiny. Okay, and I'm going to keep up. So we've got the BenQ monitor, which I talked about a second ago. We've got the Oberspot Tiny 4K. We've got the Logitech Brio, and we've got the ordinary Oberspot. Now there is something I do want to show you, but to do that, I have to change cameras. So forgive me for a moment. I'm going to go over here, and I'm just going to change cameras. Just a minute. I need to go to a piece of my software, and I need to change camera. And we're going to change to, if I go down here, the Oberspot 4K. So I'm going to tell you all about the Oberspot 4K, which is down in the carousel now at $269. And in order to do that, I need to sort it out. So I'm just making sure that it's ready for use. It's not responding. Just a minute. It has responded. Okay, just a second. I'm just waiting. Right. Okay. This is the problem of working with several cameras. Okay, I'm just waiting for something to happen, and it may or may not work. Let me just refresh again. Okay, and I think we're ready to go. I'm nearly ready. Don't panic. Let me panic. And if I go here, okay, we'll get there in a second. Just give me a second. We're going to go here. All around the room, and eventually we'll end up with me on camera. Okay, you're looking at now. Just a minute, I still need to make a change on my phone. Let's just close this down. So I'm going to say close all. So there's nothing on my phone now. This is the Ultraspot 4K camera. This has to be my favorite camera, because the thing about the Ultraspot is that I mean, the Nexigo and the Brio are brilliant cameras, but they're static. They just sit on your desktop. And the thing about the Ultraspot is this. I'm going to show you one. Okay, this is the Ultraspot. You can see size-wise, it's less than 3 inches tall. You've got the lens, which is on top. You've got a 2-axis gimbal, and you've got the body. Now, this means that because it's on a 2-axis gimbal, it can go left and right, and it can go up and down. PTZ, pan, tilt, and zoom. This is one of the best examples of a PTZ camera that I've seen, and it just simply works out the box. And as you can see, the first thing it has is it's got 3 presets, and the gimbal is working, and it's going from me to the desktop, and it can also go over here that way. And there's the BeLive web page, and in a second that should change, and you should see in the middle me. So that's the BeLive web page, be.live, and there I am as one of the Amazon sellers. Okay, and then back to me. Okay, so it's got 3 presets. Let's just have a quick look, and then I'm going to give you a demonstration. So, as with everything, I've written this down. So the Ultraspot Tiny PTZ camera is what we're talking about. It's got AI-powered framing and autofocus. Autofocus, I can actually focus in on an object, yeah, neatly. Okay, autofocus. It is a 4K camera like the Brio. If you use OBS, you can broadcast to YouTube in 4K. People can watch you live in 4K. People can watch the replay in 4K. It has dual omnidirectional microphones, and it's got auto tracking, which I'm going to demonstrate to you in a moment, because it does track you, as you will see. Low light correction. If I switch my light off, I'm just going to go here and switch my light off, and quite possibly I'm going to go quite dark. Okay, so I've gone darker. The camera is compensating for that, and I can switch the light back on. I prefer to work with lights. Okay, cameras are important, microphones are important, lights are important. We've talked about Logitech LitraGlow light, which is down in the carousel. Magical gestures. If I go like that to the camera, it will start to track me. If I go like that, it will stop tracking me. I'm going to tell you about tracking in a moment. Okay. It has dual omnidirectional microphones. It's designed to be a conference camera. I'll explain that in a moment. We've seen the 3 preset positions, which it has, and it's got AI tracking. Okay, and we've also seen that you can either mount it on your monitor, just a second, or you can mount it on a tripod. Now, just whilst we're talking about tripods, just give me a second. This is in the carousel at the moment. This is I'm going to talk about the Ultraspot in a minute. This is Ultraspot. It's on a Loom Cube stand, and this is the most stylish stand I've seen. Just let me move distractions out of the way. So I'm going to put that over there. Okay, I want you to be able to see this clearly. So let's move the clutter out of the way. Okay, and now I'm going to take that title off. Just give me a second. Okay, I think if I move the microphone there and move my glasses, okay, we've got there. You can actually now see the Loom Cube stand. Now, I just love the stand just for its simplicity and for its design. It's got 3 legs. Oh, before we get on to that, it's down in the carousel today. It's 23% discount today. It is $26.99. So it's a good price, 23% discount. It's got the 3 tripod legs at the bottom, and then it's got a lock. Then you have the central tube, and that is extendable from 12 inches to 30 inches. Yeah. On top of that, you've got mounted a ball joint, and that means that you can use this stand for cameras and for lighting. Obviously, with a camera, you just want it straight up. If you were doing lighting, then you could angle the lighting towards you or away from you, whatever you wanted to do. This is, to me, this is the simplest stand that I've seen. Now, I said earlier that there are special connectors for the aftershocks. Just a minute, which I'll show you. So this right, okay, I'm digressing. Let's get back on point. So this is the best, the smartest stand I've seen, and it's just quality design. I love good design. And the Loom Cube stand, now we know Loom for lighting, but the Loom Cube stand is absolutely perfect design wise. And whilst we're here, I'm going to come back now, because we're not actually, I want to move back to where I was, and we're actually talking about the Obspot Tiny, which is now down in the carousel again. I sometimes forget to do that. So let's come back to me. So you can either mount it on top of your monitor, or you can mount it on a tripod. So as it said there, versatile mounting. And okay, now I said a moment ago that this camera, I love this camera. Let's just go, I want to go back here just to reiterate this, because it can't be stressed too much. This camera is, there's the lens, there's a 2-axis gimbal, and there's the body. It's a USB-C connector. It's less than 3 inches in height, and you can see the box behind you. Okay, if you want to clear a picture, then I can actually show you the box. Okay, that's the box it comes in, and it's just a great. I'm destroying my studio. Okay, all right, okay, but because it can go left and right, it can go up and down, and it's got AI built in. So now I said at the top of this broadcast, which was an hour and a half ago now, that not everything in this broadcast is going to work. Okay, I was on mute for about 20 seconds. So far so good then, because for a 2-hour live show, that's not too bad. But AI tracking, let's just take that off. Okay, so I'm going to go here, and this is the live demonstration. Then I'll show you the software. So 2 things, live demonstration and then software. So let's go for the live demonstration. If I go here and I click this button, this should work. Are you ready for this? I'm going to move back. Okay, so I'm moving away from the camera, and now I'm going to stand up. Okay, now the thing about the Obspot, both Obspots, 2 down in the carousel, one's the 1080p, you're looking at the 4K, which is 4K and 4 times zoom. And the thing about it is that as I move around the room, yeah, the Obspot is actually reframing me. It's making sure that I'm in the center of the screen. It's making sure that I've got headroom, and it's doing that automatically. I'm nowhere near the keyboard or the mouse. The camera's in control. And this is beautiful because it means that I can actually present stood up. So I could tell you, ACO camera followed me. I could tell you about the aftershocks, which we saw earlier. I could tell you, just want to go here. I just want to take a segue again over here. Okay. I can now tell you about this. This is better done stood up. This is the IPEVO stand, which is down in the carousel. And the thing about the IPEVO stand, which Chris de Boven introduced me to, is that it is on discount today. Now, if I go over here, the camera will track me. Okay, remember, I'm on the Obspot now. The camera will track me, and this IPEVO stand is 6% discount today. It's 55.46. Okay, So this stand is on discount, $55.46 today. This is the ideal stand for a mobile phone. Basically, operationally, you see, I can move about. The mobile phone, let's turn this round. Okay. The mobile phone just goes in the clamp, and it does take larger phones. So it will take the iPhone 12 and 13, it will take Samsung Galaxy S21, S22, and it just goes in the clamp. Now, if you're doing a demonstration and you want to use your mobile phone, you have to have somewhere to hold it. This is the most sturdy stand I've ever found. And thanks to Chris de Boven in Belgium for telling me about it. What you have is a weighty base. This is like weightlifting. You've got a weighty base. You've got a joint there, so you can change the angle there. And I'm really having to push this, and then I can bring it back again like that. Okay. Second joint is here, so I can change the angle there. And then the third joint is here, and I can go like that. Now, just a note, this is an independent stand. It doesn't do anything other than hold your phone. But if you want to have your mobile phone and you want to use it for recording something or going live, then you can adjust the angle so the phone is in there and it's solid. Now, if we go back a moment, okay, because this is important. This is a traditional tripod. If you are doing a cooking demonstration in your kitchen and you put the phone in here, then this stand will hold the phone. Works. But if you knock this, this will fall over with your expensive phone. If you knock an IPVO stand like this one, it's going to knock you back. It's so solid. And you can't hear the sound it's making, but it is solid. Now, IPVO are well known for document cameras, and they have a range of document cameras. If you click the link in the carousel, you'll find all the IPVO document cameras. And instead of the bracket that holds the mobile phone, you've got a document camera, and you can put a document underneath. You can then connect to a projector, and you can project onto a whiteboard. So you can go from book to a whiteboard using an IPVO dot cam. And I've seen them working. They are good. But this is the IPVO stand, and it just works. It's a beautiful piece of design. So this is perfect, but this is better. Okay, so that's the IPVO stand. But the thing about the OBSpot, and let's just come back to the OBSpot for a moment, because if I go here, yeah, the OBSpot is $269. It is a 4K webcam. You can broadcast in 4K using OBS out to YouTube. OBS is free. YouTube is free. But with this camera, you can record high quality video. You can record a 4K video on your PC or Mac and then distribute it wherever you want. You can repurpose it. And you're getting the best quality video that's available to us now using basically the OBSpot webcam. Now, it's also, this webcam that we're talking about now is also a conference webcam. And basically you can put it down on a conference table, and you, as we've seen, it's got different positions it can go to. It can go through 130 degrees, and basically you can take it from speaker 1 to speaker 2 to speaker 3. You've got one microphone. You can go to all the speakers, and somebody controlling the software can actually host the broadcast, and you can go live with a Zoom call. You can go live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch using this camera. It is a very capable camera. It's my favorite PTZ camera. And if you look at the price and compare it to the price of other PTZ cameras, it is, well, it is cost effective. Right, I'm just going to pick my phone up because I don't want to sit down. If you've just popped in, I'm using the OBSpot 4K camera, which is down in the carousel. I'm using its AI tracking feature. And whilst I sit down, as you can see, it's following me. Whilst I sit down, I'm going to go here. Okay, so we're traveling back now to the desktop. And as I said at the top of this is an Oswald camera. I've got two of them. And I think it's the most fun you can actually have with a camera, because you've got the different modes of operation. You've got 3 presets. You've got the ability to go from one preset to another. You can alter the presets whenever you want. I'm just going to show you the software that comes with this. So if I go and do a screen share, and hopefully this will work. We're doing well so far. Okay, so I'm going to bring the software into my studio and show it full screen. So this, oh, wait a minute. That's the camera. Okay, let me hide this, because that's not the one we're looking at. This is the software that controls the camera. You download the software from obspot.com and you've got total control of the camera. As you can see, I can go from Stephen to the desktop to the all-in-one PC over here. Okay, and then I can come back to me. Yeah. And I can change everything about how I look on screen. And I can zoom out so that you can see more of me, or I can zoom back in and I can zoom 4 times zoom, and then that's too near. So I'm going to come back to me. Okay. So that's the Obspot Tiny. And it's down in the carousel. It's $269 today. So if I go here, I'm going to switch cameras. I'm going to go to that camera. I just want to go here. Okay. And we're now back. And this is basically the Nexigo, which and the Nexigo comes with remote control. This is another 4K camera. Now, basically, I'm very fortunate to broadcast on Mondays. I broadcast every day, every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, which is 4 o'clock my time, because I'm 5 hours ahead of you. And on Mondays, I broadcast with my friend Nick Wood. And Nick has been showing me a Nexigo camera, which you're watching now, for ages. The cameras are made by Nexigo, who are an American company based just outside Seattle. And they are electronics and broadcasting retailers, and they saw a gap in the market. They now have a range of 15 cameras, of which this is one, and this is the one I got, which is the Nexigo N970p 4K webcam. And the reason I got this camera was just simply the quality of the picture. This is the clearest picture I've seen on a webcam, and that's because of the Sony CMOS chip that's actually built into it. So I'm going to give you a demonstration in a moment. Before I do, I'm just going to go through the salient features. This camera is Zoom certified, so it's certified for Zoom meetings. It's got onboard flash memory. It's got AI-powered auto framing. Now, this is important. This is a conference camera. If there's one person on screen, then it will focus on one person. If there are 3 people on screen, it will expand so that it's actually showing 3 people on screen. If there are 5 people on screen, it will expand even further. So auto framing of everybody who's sat around the conference table. And it does that because it's got an adjustable field of view. It's got a Sony sensor, as I said a moment ago, and it has dual noise cancelling microphones. Again, if the dog barks, and the people in the room will hear it. It works, certified for Zoom, but it works with for Zoom. It works with Microsoft Teams and with WebEx. And this is why, this is the reason that I love the camera. The N970p is built with a Sony CMOS sensor that features 3840 by 2160 ultra high definition at 30 frames per second. And it's just such high quality. The lens to actually get a 4K has improved the 1080 and the 720. This is the clearest picture of all the cameras that I've got. I've got the Brio, I've got the Obspot, and I've got the Logitech C920X. And you can directly save settings. Now, this is it. This is remote control, and with the remote control, you have 10 times digital zoom. Basically, you can have 10 presets. And if I go here, then I'll go to preset 2, which is zooming out. And you can see the whole of my office. You can see the books. You can see the Samsung all-in-one PC. I can go over there. I can go back to me. Okay. I can go that way. So you can see the Samsung. I can go there. So you actually see out, and then using this control, okay, 10 times digital zoom, and you can preset up to 10 settings so that you can go from there to there at the click of a button. It's so easy and simple to set up. And this has got, if I come back to here, because it's a remote control and not software, it's just like a TV remote. You've got fine tuning. I can zoom in. Yeah, I can zoom in a step at a time until I'm filling the screen. I can zoom out again quickly. Yeah, I can zoom back in. I can go left. I can go right, all using the remote control. 2 batteries, easy to set up, works straight away. The Nexigo works out of the box. Again, it is an American company. There are a series of 15 different webcams from $50 up to $190. They all work. They all have something extra that other cameras don't have. In this case, it's the Sony CMOS sensor and CMOS chip. It must be getting late. So I'm going to press 1 and go back to me. And I just love this camera. It's the clarity of the picture. Yeah, hopefully this is coming through well on Amazon. But this is the crispest, cleanest picture I've seen. It is 4K. You can broadcast to YouTube in 4K. It works out the box. It's just plug and play. There's nothing to set up. You can download the software. And if I go here, I can share screen again. Okay. And I'm going to share screen and show you the software. So if I go over here and I go, just a minute, just waiting, window, and I've got to get the right software. I've got 6 pieces of software on my desktop. And just a minute. Next you go. I don't think I loaded the software. Just give me a minute. It's going to take me a second to set up. I didn't load the software. So I can't share it with you unless I load it. So I'm just loading it. Okay. Okay. This is the software that controls the Nexigo. Yeah. This is it. So if I come side by side with it, and I'm going to take it off there. Okay, so you can see me, you can see the software. I'm controlling this. I'm going to put the remote control down, but I'm controlling the software. Now with the software, I can adjust the brightness. So I can go bright, I can go dark. Just a minute, just let me make sure of something. Just a second. Right, I just want to go, I want to go like this. Okay. We'll start again, shall we? This is fun. I can go light, yeah, bright light, and I can go dark. I can change the contrast. I can change the hue and go a weird color. I can change the saturation and the sharpness and the gamma and the backlight compensation until I end up looking like this. Okay, now this is not something I recommend you do. Don't go on camera looking like this, but you could if you wanted to. Okay, if you want to do a Halloween show, then you could use the camera controls to actually get this sort of effect. Okay, yellow forehead and bright red skin. But I'm grateful for the fact, okay, that on this, there is, if you look down there, there is a button that says defaults, and I can just press that button and I can come back to the way I was. Okay, now advanced controls. Again, the software, you download it from nexigo.com. I can change the gain. I can zoom in if I want. Okay, remember, we've also got the remote control, so I can press the remote control. I can pan from one side to another, and I can go up and down. I can tilt. And again, I can just press the defaults button or the one on the remote control and come back. So whenever you buy a new camera, do download the software. It's free. You've paid for the camera. Software is yours by right, but you do need to download it, because then you get the latest version and you'll go to the website. You can register your camera and download the software at the same time. But the Nexigo is the clearest picture. We've looked at, if I put this on screen, we've looked at the Nexigo in 970p now. We've looked at the Logitech Brio, and I showed the Oberspot 4K. I'm not changing cameras, but I can put this on screen. You are watching Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen Healey, broadcasting from Be Alive. So let's come back, take that off full screen. Okay, I can hide that, and I can hide that. So back to me. So I'm just going to do a screen share now. Bear with me a moment. I'm doing a screen share, and I'm going to share a window. And in order to share that window, where's it gone? Oh, just a minute. I just need to start something. I need to go up here. I'm still apps. Okay. I'm coming back. I'm not going anywhere. All right, I'm back now. I just want to share some software, but in order to share the software, I've got to set it up. Okay, so just give me a second. Okay, I'm waiting for it to load. Now, the thing is, okay, if you're listening to me now, you know I'm British, I'm from England. I enjoy being here. I'm privileged to be broadcasting on Amazon Live. Amazon do look after all their broadcasters. We're all independent. We don't work for Amazon. If I show you a product on screen, if it's got a problem, I will tell you about it. Okay. But you've been looking at 3 cameras today. You've been listening to one microphone. That microphone is, if I go here, just a minute. If I go here and I go here and go here, the microphone you've been listening to is down in the carousel, and hopefully I can show it you on screen now. It is the Blue Yeti, and apologies for any difference in sound, but I've been using a Blue Yeti throughout today's broadcast. Okay, so let's come back to me. The software I want is still loading. It's still thinking. I'm going to close something down. Okay. I'm going to take the headphones off. These headphones, my favorite headphones, down in the carousel. These are Aftershok's Aeropex. I've just recharged them, ready for tomorrow's walk. I want to say, well, just waiting for the software. Okay. Because I'm testing something out. I'm just waiting patiently for some software to load. I want a grand finale to this broadcast. I've enjoyed myself talking to you today. I want to say thank you for spending time with me. I'm just waiting patiently for some software. Whilst we're here, I can show you a couple of pictures. So I'm going to take myself off solo. Okay, and I should just be me. It is. So we've looked at images taken with the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Okay, and it is a very high quality camera. It's a 108 megapixel camera. It takes 8K photographs, and I'm going to show on screen. Not that. Okay, I don't want to show you that. Do you want me to show you that? No, hang on just a second. I'm just looking for something. Okay. Okay, I think we're nearly there. Yes, we are. Okay, I'm just going to share screen again. Just because I want to say thank you. And I'm just sharing my screen. And I'm waiting for it to come up. Okay, share. And I'm going to put this full screen. I'm still here. I just wanted to test this. Basically, I love the fact that you've been with me today. I do appreciate it. And as I'm talking, my voice is being turned into this amazing display. And this happens every time that I talk. And I'm just testing the software because basically, whenever you live broadcast, I'm just going to go, I'm going to hide that, hide that, hide that. Okay. And we should now be able to go like this. Whenever, one of the things about live video is attracting attention. Okay, the ability to attract attention to your broadcast. Now, because I'm showing the lights at the moment, I can see that the viewer count is increasing. Also, I'm given 2 hours of good content as well. But I think we all need something to actually bring an audience in. And I think this, I don't know what you think about this. If you're enjoying watching this, then please do say. I'm just switching and it's loading. Yeah. As I'm speaking, then as I speak, then the display actually changes to reflect my speech. If I stop talking, then the display will stop. If I start talking again, you see what's happening is my voice is actually being turned into this. And I'm just fascinated by the effect that this has. So I'm just going to take you with, you'll see this in most of my broadcasts from now on. As you can see, I have a wide choice of facilities that I can use. You can see this is luminant music, and I want to go out with paint splashes. Okay. So if you're watching me live on Amazon Live, I want to say a big thank you. It does mean a lot. Broadcasting on Amazon Live is special. I'm here every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern talking about lights, camera, and action. And it's my pleasure to actually be here today with you. If you ever have any questions about live broadcasting, then please do ask. If you've got, just a minute, I just want to get something from my desktop. Just a minute. I'm going to my hard drive. And I'm going to go and I'm going to upload an image whilst we're live. This is live. Anything can happen. Okay. And I'm just uploading an image. I think. Yep. Okay. And it's loading. So whilst it's loading, I'm just going to carry on talking. And the image is this. It's 100% loaded. Okay. 7 years ago, a show started called Blabbing for Britain. And as you can see, I'm on the left-hand side there with my good friends John Upton from Solihull and Peter Stewart from Aberdeen. We have been broadcasting together for 7 years, on Be Live for over 6 of those. And tomorrow is our celebration. Episode 350 will take place on my Facebook page tomorrow. And I'm really looking forward to the broadcast. And it's going to be a blast. Right. Okay. So that's working. We're working tomorrow. Unfortunately, the broadcast goes out at 5 a.m. Eastern. But you'll find it on my page if you want to join us or you want to catch the replay. I want to say a big thank you for actually watching me live today. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you 11 a.m. Eastern any weekday or on Black Friday. I should be here Black Friday. I should be here all day on Black Friday, almost. Thank you for watching. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day. This has been Stephen, live from Wiltshire, England. Thank you. Bye for now. Sorry, you've just joined me. I'll be